round of the GT Pro class. We're in Italy today, and I'm joined here with Smack. How you doing,
How
bud?
you doing? I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I am, let's say, I'm not in the peak position, so
Yeah. Uh, you know what? It's Sunday. Had some festivities this weekend, but
yeah,
we'll be all right. We'll make it through. We're gonna have some interesting guests here on stream with us, you know. So
yeah,
it'll be fun.
it should be really good.
Yeah.
What do you think about this track as well?
This track's fast. It's a lot of fun. The curves are nice. There's a lot of flowy curves in it. It's definitely one to learn, and it'll also spin you for a loop so fast if you're not careful. I
Hmm.
know watching Asriel do some practice and Alcos do some practice earlier, that BRZ will try to murder you fast. And that Ferrari's a little loose, and so is that Porsche, but we'll see how it
Yeah,
goes.
it does seem to be like that a bit around here. You want to be on the limit every lap, especially
Yeah,
and when the tires start going, it's not fun at all.
you gotta watch that tire temp too. It's not
Yeah,
there, but you gotta watch it.
that's true. We don't have tire tips, but
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
that's one thing I wish they had in this. To
Me
actually see
too.
your tire temps instead of trying to just guess.
We got Panda out here doing some donuts on track prior to the race.
Let's see. Well, oh, it's him and Haj doing donuts.
Yeah,
Who would have thought about
who would have thought? I love it.
that?
Good speed.
What do you reckon the pole time will be around here?
Oh man, I have no idea. I know Alcos is gonna zoom. We're gonna see how that goes.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
think uh I think honestly,
Mhm.
let's see. I think Smiley's gonna do great. I think Chunky's gonna do pretty good. Watch out for Haj here. He's gonna do something.
It's
Azriel's
just
gonna be fighting that car, but if he can hang
yeah,
it together,
it's true. It's just about hanging it around for one quick lap. But
yeah.
it's, you don't win a race by one quality, so we'll
Mm-mm.
have to see it. I'm just on board with Range as he's going out on the first lap, the first car. He has a massive gap to everyone else.
Yeah,
It's just a bit
he's fast,
strange.
man.
I've
Because
heard from the talk from the other boys that I'm pretty sure they've seen him do a 54.
man,
So
that's cooking.
that is cooking. He obviously loves that Lexus, so
Yeah.
if he can get it
I
around
think
a whole
Elmo
lot.
loves the Lexus too.
Okay, Elmo, what are we
Elmo
doing here?
showed up one time. Sorry, Elmo came into the party. We didn't really say anything about it, but Elmo's here now, and we're watching Alcos a little bit, and we got Gloss Boss in the Mountain Dew car. That thing looks cool.
Okay, Elmo.
Sorry, guys. Elmo showed up. He just came over my
I
shoulder
know.
one time.
He usually might make more appearances. We don't know
Yeah, I try to keep him quiet throughout the race, but
though.
you know, gotta
Just
watch
might
out for him.
he might just get too excited. As we
It
see,
happens.
Rage just coming to take his first lap now.
Yeah.
Just going right on
Here he
board with him.
goes. He is out there.
Yeah, he's way far ahead of everyone else. Oh, someone spun on the pit
Oh,
straight.
that's hot.
Oh,
Well, head back to the pits. That's all right.
oh, hopefully I can get around and put in a good lap.
What are you doing, Hodge?
Okay,
Elmo.
Elmo. We told you to stay on the pit wall.
we got.
Oh, up in this right-hander uphill. It's always a weird corner for me,
Yeah,
that uphill.
that
But
uphill there is odd.
it is odd. 'Cause you
Because I
want to
don't
get
want
up.
to throw your rear end out so fast on you, and then you've got to correct it to go around the rest of the
No,
corner.
yeah. And also
Taking it
try,
late's kind of the key.
you want to try and get, you want to stay in a high gear, but then you don't want to lose too much time to try to accelerate to it.
I'm saying.
It
And
is.
that yellow bit on the outside is a lot slicker than it should be.
Should be.
as well.
Yeah. And also that hairpin, you can cut so much of that inside curb. So
Oh yeah.
it's outrageous. If your car can handle it, that is the real.
Fact.
It is the real fact. Probably more of the heavy cars will say use that line, and maybe some of the
Yeah.
lighter cars will have to take a different line. But no ways it's slower. Throwing it in here into the last sector, and now it's just coming down the big left-hander. And it's just a lap.
Boom. He's moving.
He is moving. And this will be a one. Whoa!
54.801.
Done. What a lap. What a lap.
Cooking.
We'll see
That's
Honda's.
cooking with bacon grease right there.
Oh! A Honda's done a lap.
Ooh.
Oh!
One.
Oh my
154.5.
god!
These boys moving today.
I know I seen only Range for doing this, but it looks like everyone else might be putting into the 45s. As we
Man.
see. Oh, boosted on a 45.
54.001. Oh, come on. We're going to see a 53 in here.
We've got to see a 53 here.
We're going to see a 53 in here.
Now, I'm going to jump back to Chunky, who's on another
Chunky.
outlap. Yeah, so I don't know if he's had a mistake, a penalty, and just thought, may as well just go back to the pits and try again, but that's weird. So we also see Smiley as well. He must have had a bad lap there as well, and we know about Haz. So yeah, this is interesting. I didn't expect already a 154 already, but
Like, I didn't expect that low of a 154 either.
no.
At all.
The real question is, with the fuel coming down, do you think we could see a 153?
It's if that tire wear can... I mean, it shouldn't hurt them that much, but being light,
Yeah.
if they could have those fresh tires again, we'll see. We'll see how they plan this.
You could
They've got a
also,
little bit of time.
you could risk it, go into the pits, or just abandon a lap, go into the pits, put on a brand new set of softs, and go around
And
again.
run it. Yeah. It might be worth it.
It
We'll see
might
how
be.
they do.
I think that's Ridge to the line there. That's a good lap time. Takes him up to second there. He pits straight away. Staying on board with Chunky. But
We got a
see
couple of
SD.
them on outlaps, I think.
SD on fourth. Dad's Leisure up to fifth.
Nice move.
Alacost up to improved. I'm not 100% sure.
He
Up
hit
to
the
10.
pits, I think, for some tires. Ah, okay.
Oh,
Panda hit the pits for tires.
Panda in. Oh, he's gonna risk it, I think.
They're only 0.4 back. I mean, 0.9 back. It's a lot, but it's not a lot.
Really, the top 10's only really separated by 1 second. They're all within
I'm
a
telling
second.
you,
Which is,
they are so close.
which is crazy.
That is wild. Miley
Chunky
bringing
coming
it
around.
up in the rear.
We see Chunky bringing it it around. Let's see what time he sets on the board.
Got a 154.3.
154.
Sheesh!
Up into third. That is a good lap for him. Maybe
That
the
was
lap.
moving.
And just looking at it, it's wild how closely they're qualifying beside each other.
This is going to be a great race to watch.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. These guys are going to have a blast. We're going to have a blast. Hopefully the viewers are going to have a
That
blast.
blast, yeah. Also, Smiley's down in 14th. It doesn't look like he's set up time yet. Maybe just struggling in that McLaren, maybe?
He's struggling a little bit here.
I know I've drove it for a full season. It's not the fastest car. It's not really there for the quality pace. It's there for the race, though. That's where
Yeah,
it
it's
really shines.
an endurance car.
Yeah, 100%.
It can hang on and do its thing for a long time.
And that's the sneaky thing about it, but I think most of the drivers know about it now. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
It's kind of like that Renault. in the Citroen a little bit. The Citroen's kind of sneaky now, especially
Yeah, I will
they
say
did
that.
some work to it.
Just some people probably wish if it had a bigger fuel tank,
Yeah,
but it just struggles on that fuel, guzzles it all. It's,
I think it's the same thing with the BRZ. It has that small fuel tank,
mhm.
so they struggle there. I'm a 911 guy when it comes to the endurance race. I'm a fan of the Porsche. So.
Fair enough. If it was a big endurance race for an hour, I'd definitely be picking that McLaren.
Yeah, that thing's pretty cool.
As we see him come across the line for a 155.
He got himself a time. It's a little bit.
Well,
Is that
I'm
red?
not try to see how much. Gonna go back onto Panda and watch his lap here. He
Yeah, we'll
came
move
into the pits for brand new softs with a lower fuel. So I'm very interested.
0.3 back, 0.003 back on him. Phew,
I know.
they're so
And
close.
Phil's only 0.088 in front, so
Dude.
any
and then
bit of
Goss
time.
is only, it is so, anybody can get this right now.
Exactly. This is so close. Just one mistake actually cost you a lot of positions in qualifying.
Oh yeah.
As I watch Panda, he's not improving as much as he thought he would with that pit stop. As because I've had many discussions about this with Ship as well, that we would imagine some people would just come in and pit and use that little bit of fuel just for one more lap and then exit, but it doesn't really seem to be improving as much as I thought it would.
No, I thought it would help more, but no, you're right.
Is it
Astro's
because
got a half-second penalty.
the tires are not warming up?
That's probably why. By the time they get around, they're not warm anyway, so it takes them a whole other lap, and then Harriman's got a 1 second penalty.
I'll probably be him done. This Panda doesn't improve. So we also see anyone else. Honden still on an attack lap. We'll sit there and watch that Leisure coming over the line now. See if he can improve. Smiley improves. Good improvement from him.
Oh yeah.
Up into 4th.
Dad Leisure improved to 7th, I think.
Needs this improvement. Chunky improves up to 2nd.
Oh, he did not.
He did not.
Chunky into 2.
As Honda's the last driver to come. Let's see if he can put himself up the list. Hopefully.
SH Dunn's coming in.
Is he coming around G still on a lap?
He's still on a hot lap, yeah.
Improves up to 6th, Honden. S.A. Dunn. Who's in front of him? Do we know?
He's in 5th right now.
Yeah, who's in front of him on track? That's what track. Oh, it's Range. It's Range and SD. Let's see if Range can put himself up there.
Ooh, look at Smiley improving.
Smiley's still on a lap. Range goes to
he got
2nd.
a half-second penalty.
Oh no!
He was doing great too. He was doing really good. Slid it across the line. He knew.
He knew it as well. Oh, and Goss in the pits. So that was very close as well.
That was so good.
As Boosted takes it with the 2nd lap, basically right on the cusp of the 153s. I can't believe it.
I know. I thought I was going to see a 53 in there, but man, that's nuts.
That is nuts. So we'll go for the grid order. It's Boosted in 1st, Wrench in 2nd, Chunky in 3rd, Smiley in 4th, SD in 5th, Honden in 6th, Air in 7th, 8th and Dad. Oh, Dad in 8th. Filthy in 9th, Alikos in 10th, Glossboss in 11th, Panda in 12th, Asriel in 13th, and Haz in 14th. Some names down there. I thought the BRZ would have been good.
Yeah. I thought he'd be up a little bit higher, but I know that thing really does try to take you out the whole time you're driving it. So we'll see how he does overall.
Still,
I know it's quick off the line.
It's mental to look at it and see the 12th. There's only a second between.
I
the
know.
lead.
That's just.
That's crazy. It just shows how tight this is going to be.
That's how it's gonna be, everybody.
Don't have
Gonna
any
run it out.
problems. Whole season. There's no
Haas is
runaway.
saying he's not enjoying himself.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sure
Honda-
Haas could pull it out of nowhere.
Honda said he only got 2. So. Panda
What?
says he'd like to change the course.
Elmo thinks you should suck it up and get better.
No, come on, Elmo. You got it, Panda. Come on. Honda says he's not good at that course. I feel it.
So we're gonna watch them all come in straight away when these red lights get out. Now the Porsche's not good off the line, so
No, it's so slow.
yeah, so's a McLaren. A lot of these cars might not be good off the line, so we could see a lot of grid changes now as they're away.
Here we go.
I think they're going side by side in the corner 1. Boosted with the
Crazy
inside
turn.
line, Reg. Try to
turn
hold
one.
it. Oh. Reg on the inside line. I think we've all made it through. SD on the grass.
We made it through, no problems.
Made it through.
Haas in the back sliding around a little bit, but
And we've made it through the first couple of runs. Let's just see someone dropping down the order. Oh, it's Smiley fighting SD.
they've got a good battle going on up there. Already to lap
Right.
1.
And Panda from 12th already up to 6th.
2x2 going through that.
Shows you get a good start, you stay out of trouble, how much you can gain. But yeah, this is
Oh, getting crazy in the S's.
crazy. Let's just hope lap 1, they probably won't try and do as many. Oh, someone's went around
Oh, Alcos is around. What happened there?
to the back. Oh,
somebody got
close is
taken
around. No damage, luckily, no damage, but yeah, I'm not sure. So we'll cut back to the start. Oh. These boys, Chunky also getting through Smiley.
Oh no, he's beat up a little bit. I think he's gonna have to pit. I
Oh,
think he may
he's-
have taken some damage. I'm not sure. No, you're right. No damage.
As we see, also SD on softs. Most of the other cars around him on mediums, but
Yeah.
that's an interesting start. Maybe he just wants to get the softs out of the way. Just throw the tyres away. It's everyone else. Nope. Also Gloss Boss on softs. Down the inside of Dad. So I'm trying to have a look, see and see anyone else on the softs. No, only 2 soft runners right now.
hmm
Which is
Soft
good.
start. That's an interesting start, Strat.
Maybe just try to get that extra grip off that start. Just try and pull away from other cars. But it seems to be working for SD. He's on the back
Yeah.
of range. So you can see how much they try and use all that runoff area in that
All
car.
the way on the outside.
They'll try and use all of that. It's just better. You just get better racing when you use it all.
I'm telling you. They've got the steel to do it. I tell you that.
Yeah,
They really will run it.
they are crazy with it sometimes. A bit too crazy, but
Look at them all going through the S's. Everybody clean through there so far.
true. As we can see, it's like 3x3 now.
Alco's in the back by himself. Let's see if strategy helps him out in the end. Hopefully
And-
he comes back a little bit.
Talking about starting on those softs, he is pulling a gap to Chunky, who's behind
He
him.
is.
So he's really making those softs work right now. As they
They're
go
all
side by
close.
side, going up here.
Woo!
Oof. Maybe he just
Oof.
backs out a little.
Those top 3 are really pulling on
Mhm.
off by themselves there. Pulling off all the way.
As I'll just go back through the field. Oh, these camera angles are not helping me there.
456 is doing pretty good battle. Panda's trying to catch up to Smiley.
Just having a watch on Lost Boss is just behind Honden, and also got Dad right behind him. Just want to see how he uses these softs. As he looks like he had a great run on Honden here.
Yeah.
Looks to the inside. He just needs to make sure he doesn't outbreak himself if he goes for this move. I think he's done it nicely.
Oh,
Is that
a little bit of grass.
Oh, he's just held on to it. I think he's just held on to it.
He did. Got a little kiss from the rear end as well. He's
As we see Smiley trying to attack Chunky a bit here, but now Panda's right behind him.
Dude, this is good right here. 456 is battling. Let's see, we got Boosted. Hey, Boosted's got a half-second gap.
As Panda has had a look up the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact there. And that's allowed Glossboss to get on the end of them.
Yeah, he's trying to capitalize on a situation. Smoothing in on him, look at him.
That was crazy.
Honden's just watching, waiting for an accident.
Yep. That's probably the smartest thing, you know, maybe not trying to push too much.
Dad's closing up a little bit there. Dad was moving through that.
I know. This is gonna get intense, I would say, at the end. We need to see
Alcos is taking his 11-second deficit to a 9.
That's the thing, with these guys fighting, they're going to slow each other down. So there is a chance of him still getting the back of race. As we just missed it, SD with a 1 second penalty, but challenging for the lead.
Oh man.
And he's in the inside, and I have a feeling he might stick this. Now he's got the lead. I think he's looking just to try and push away. He's got that second penalty. He just needs to push away with these softs. But man,
and they're looking good. They're looking good. They're not burnt. He's doing pretty good with it. So,
but it's still a long way to go in this race. So he's just got to watch. I think everyone else will expect him to be on softs, looking at his times. So yeah, this is going to get interesting. He will gain now, but he will suffer later on when everyone else gets on the softs and gets to enjoy them.
And Boosted's over here doing his best to stay as close as he can. So when that 1 second penalty hits,
yep,
let's see what happens.
It's true,
back
but
a little bit and see if we got some drama anywhere right now. Everybody looking
and the
pretty
gap
copacetic.
to the top 3 off of Chunky is 2.5, so they've pulled away a gap here. Might not be, doesn't sound that much, only 2 seconds, but it is a lot with these cars going round and round.
Haas up to 10th.
Which we just see now, just with that extra grip, he can push more in these S's. Nearly made up a second, but the penalty line's just coming up. And let's see, he pulls over to the right hand side. Start slowing down.
Happen. They both get the pass on him.
They will both get a pass. And he'll be wondering if he just didn't have that damn voice crack, but bit wide. If he just didn't have that damn penalty, he'll be saying to himself he could have started to pull away. But now he's
2 seconds back on him.
But now he's got to sit there and push again to overtake these cars again. And that just shows you how bad a penalty sometimes can be.
And on those softs, you don't want to push too hard.
Yep. But you also got to push hard as well, try to get the most out of them.
You know they'll do it, but man, you may pay for it if you're trying to do a little different strategy. How many laps do you think he's trying to get out of those set of softs?
Those softs? I would imagine he'll probably because I'm not sure what these boys are thinking. I don't know the strategy for here. I'd be thinking if he's going to try and one stop, he's going to have to go very long on those softs.
Yeah, that's going to be intense.
That will be intense.
I'd say he pulls. I'm going to make a guess. He's going to pit lap 9 going into 10 or after lap 10. I think he's going to pull 10 laps on those softs.
So, just having a look at the people at the back. They're not that far off. Any mistake that happens in the front, they can still gain on it. But
Alcos is taking it down to an 8-second.
looking at Arzo, do you think he's just struggling with that Subaru around here?
A little bit. I know that thing is rough business, but he could be playing the long game, you know.
That is true.
Tire saving. He could be fuel saving a little.
His tyres do look a little bit better than some of the other cars around him.
Yeah, those tires look pretty good.
He'll jump back up because Honden is making him. I'm not even sure, but Honden's ahead of Dad Leisure right now, so I'm not sure if.
They got a battle going on, don't they?
Yeah. As he blink, he shows his lights to us. He probably is watching. Sometimes I don't even know. Sometimes I don't know how these boys can watch something while racing.
I can't do it either.
I can't
do it.
But now it's just out the. Oh, Smiley on the back of Chunky. These guys are really close now. His Panda's dropped off a little bit.
Boosted pulling away.
Yeah. He is pulling away slightly.
And Lucky's pulling the same amount of gap on Dunn here.
Yeah, but look at those tires now.
I know.
They look horrible now. They're probably not the best to drive, and it's probably time for the mediums. Will definitely be better. You would think so, but you never know.
I'll tell you, if you're really going for, that lap 9 strategy is sounding pretty good right now.
Yeah, it does sound pretty good. So we'll go back to the other one in the Mark. Maybe a bit better tires, or a bit less. I cannot remember.
How's Gloss looking? Yeah.
Just having a look at his tires right now. Maybe the Mercedes team's thinking, "Hey, we found a different strategy. Let's use it." But then, yet again, Dad's not done the same. He's on mediums, so maybe did they forget to change their tyres at the start? That could be a possibility.
That could be, but
I'm sure these guys could soften the blow of one mistake. But
I'm sure you could switch it up a little bit, and just use if you just alter your strategy some. Just put the place of these tires here instead of these.
Yeah. As we see AR coming out the back of Filthy. It's honestly crazy. And Alcos's gap now. You said it was like 11 seconds when he first
It was 11 to start, yeah.
Now it's down to nearly 6.5 seconds. So he's pulling the time back to the back of this pack. He's not out yet.
He's doing his best, I'll tell you that. No damage there was his saving grace, I think.
Yeah. As you see Gloss into the pits, he's went for the early pit stop. Go back up the field and have a look. Any close battles, or they're just settling into their own rhythm. Yeah, you can see the difference between the tyres now, as ST just losing a lot of time. Struggling with those softs, but he probably wants to push on. He doesn't want the same thing to happen to his mediums, so he's going to push these tyres a bit more. I would imagine he would come in this lap.
Yeah.
It's probably the worst at these S's as well, having the less grip here, and still try to be as fast as the cars around you.
Just look at his gap on Chunky. He keeps it about 1.5 seconds, but
it's come down quickly.
It has come down very quickly.
As you can
that pressure's mounting.
As you can see, he's nearly over a second down on his fastest lap. Which is probably when you know the tyres are not working at their peak performance anymore.
No, that front right there is really good and toasted.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna feel it here. Ooh yeah.
Yeah, down into second gear. Just try to get the car rotated with that tyre. And I think Chunky will definitely know that his tyres are not looking good, they're not feeling great. I'm sure they would already know. They're usually in a party with each other, so
Oh, yeah, look, he's got it. He's catching him.
Yep, into the pits. I had a feeling he'd be into the pits.
Pitting earlier than I thought, but you know, it's a good plan here. You want to dive it in? You gonna dive it in?
As everyone's just making that gap. Not really any close fights, but you would expect this. This track is really hard to follow a car around, I found.
It is. And they're all just cruising right now, locked into their positions a little bit. We got a little bit of a... I mean, Smiley has not given Chunky any let up the whole time, I'll tell you that. Those two have been battling hard.
Panda's just dropping off the back of these two, but he can still come back into this. Maybe just had a little slight mistake or a little pain, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's settling in a little bit. He's got a nice gap behind him.
As I look at the tyres, and between these two, and that front right tyre is roughly about the same as the Ferrari. Which is interesting to think about.
They're holding on to those tires pretty good, though.
Yeah. I might just start writing down strategies when it comes to the end of this race.
I worked on a little bit of one. Seeing how they're gonna. Ooh. Azriel got a little squirrely around the top hairpin there.
Hairpin.
Yeah, he held on to it.
No, this is not as action-packed as was last week at Brazil. Well, not Brazil, sorry. Barcelona. That was hectic at the end.
Insanity. Insanity.
But no, I think we're just coming up to nearly getting to a third of this race. So there's still 2/3 left.
Running good. Everybody's doing... Had a little mess up in the beginning for one, but everybody else is running pretty good. He's got... Alca's actually is 3 seconds behind Filthy right now. 3.5 seconds.
Oh, someone just went a bit wide at the last corner?
Oh.
I think I've seen. I'm not 100% sure.
Gloss, I think.
He's just paid, so he's maybe try to warm up those tyres, get them into the nice range. I'm just going to scroll down to look where SD came out and all this. Behind Alacos.
Yep, SD and Gloss are bringing up the back of the pack right now, and they are running the same strategy.
They do have the clean air now. They won't be like the other drivers in the dirty air. They'll have some freshness, so they can sit there and watch their tyres.
And they both got over half a tank of fuel.
As Chunky's railing in range a bit more. Looking at the gap last time, it was 4 seconds. It's now down to 2.7.
Oh yeah, look at him.
So maybe it's not over for these boys that are at the back. Oh.
Man, they're doing great here.
Yeah.
So smooth. Everybody's running really good and nice today. No real mess ups. Everybody's held on to what they need to.
I wouldn't even say there was any real incidents as well, as you can see.
No.
Maybe with Alcos, but we don't know. We never got to see that.
We'll have that in reviews later. I'm sure we'll see.
I'm sure the stewards will definitely handle that later.
Yeah. Airman caught up to Azriel for a second and then fell back off of him.
Now watching the Subaru go around, I don't know. The tyres just look a little bit worse than Hazzy's in front of him, but
Just a smidge.
maybe he's just really struggling in that car. What are your thoughts about on that Subaru?
I'm not a fan, personally, of driving it. It's very snappy, but yeah, you see it right there when he went around that corner.
Yeah.
It's so snappy on you. It just wants to do that every time. It's light. It's a very light car. The gearing is a little strange. Gears you think you should be in third. You actually need to be in fourth.
Yeah.
It'll throw you off. It'll throw you for a loop. But he's really been practicing with it. He's put in the time.
Definitely one of the weirdest choices out there, but I'm pretty sure he can make this work. If one person probably could, it probably him. Oh, his hair just touches the grass behind him. Oh,
Oh, and
lucky to
Haas has
see
got a
that.
half second.
Has.
He had a half second penalty somewhere.
As the gaps just remaining the same.
Yeah. Smiley running good. Chunky fell back off, lucky a little bit.
Now, this will be the real test to see if the other two Mercedes, like Strat, will work. With Dad Leisure, he's definitely on the mediums to start with, so we'll definitely see what
We'll
one's
how he runs.
the better strategy, but we never know. Saying that, all these different drivers would have different ways of racing, so they'll definitely know what's the best for their strategies.
They've got their own flow states.
That is true. This Alcos is right on the back,
Woo!
I've just noticed that.
He was moving through there. He took it a little wide, but he's using it to his advantage, I think.
But,
Man,
yeah,
he's pushing.
yeah, again, the gap he had to claw back down to get back into this race, he's done it. He's only 2
He's
seconds
done it.
behind.
He's moving.
He is moving back into this race. He won't let himself go out like that. I'm sure he wouldn't.
He won't lay down that easy.
But now the scary part is the two Mercs that have pitted already are catching up.
Fast.
Catching with fresher tires, fresher rubber. I heard just tire schools there, just like to check if anyone's spun. But his
I'm
Has is
looking-
dropped back, by the way, as well.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Well, he's got Azrael maybe just finding the groove he needed to attack now instead of looking back. But
Yeah, Azrael's pulling a little bit on Airman too. If you look, you gotta
yeah,
just a little bit. He's doing something here.
maybe I don't want to say it, but maybe the Subaru likes the tires when they're a bit more worn than other cars. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. But
I mean, it's squirrely enough as it is. Maybe when they're worn, it just doesn't change, you know. So it just stays squirrely the
exactly.
whole time.
Just stays the exact same.
Oh, he's trying to make a move.
Is he?
Yeah, he's trying to make a move on him.
Oh, looks at the inside. I'm pretty sure the one person that will never let you pass is definitely Has.
There's a little contact there, but
As soon as
I
I
think
try,
it's racing.
as soon as I try to look at a different car pair, and they start attacking. But that's
Yeah.
allowed air to now get onto the back of these guys. And
And
these,
they've got a 5-second gap between 8th and 7th, though.
yeah, and these boys are not that far. Panda kind of in a no man's land. He's not in them by himself.
Panda's running his race, and I think he's happy about it.
After saying I want to pick another track, maybe he
Yeah.
doesn't want to pick another track.
And I think he's good. I think he's like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
No Man's Land feels pretty okay today. Sunday cruising, you know.
Top force covered by 5 seconds.
Ooh. Lucky went a little wide.
A bit wide. He's catching them. The gap's not really extended. It's not really came down. I think the only thing that might separate these cars is during the pit stops to see what they do.
Yep. We're
But
gonna have to
knowing-
see when they pit.
Knowing that Lexus has got a big fuel tank, so you won't need to fuel it up as much. And that's where it can really gain. But it would damage its tyres more for having the fuel tank bigger. So
Wait.
what do you do at that point?
Yeah. And that Porsche, boosted Porsche's just running.
Oh, his Has goes wide, but
Ooh.
I've just realised, what's Azrael?
Oh no, Azrael's dropped back to 13th.
13th. Oh,
Something happened there.
it must have had a spin.
Mm.
Like, could really throw, but that means it's already a pit stop behind SD, and that's not what you want to see. as Honden goes into the pits.
Honden goes in.
And now the battle for 7th is very tight. As Air just goes wide, misbreaks himself as Hazu throws it around the outside. Can he make it stick with this?
Haj. Alco's in the mix now too.
Yeah. He's already got past Filthy. Maybe Filthy's struggling a little bit.
How's Filthy's tires looking?
As you can see in the background, over the shot of Haz, that there's a black murk coming at you. So they better not try and fight too much.
SH Dunn coming in.
Yep.
Squeezing it down. Azrael and Glossboss are kind of battling.
Now it's weird. Now the mediums would surely be coming up for their pit stop.
Yeah.
The real question is, what in the middle? As Air looks down the inside, does he have it? Oh, these guys are touching each other, going door to door. I would say.
Haas and Air are definitely battling hard. Alcos is watching, waiting for an opportunity.
But he might be sitting all waiting too much. As Filthy's had a look down there. It's cool, boys. Go inside as
and
Air
Dunn
gets through.
Closing the gap on him.
No. But the thing is, it's one thing I catch. He still needs to get past these cars. He still needs to.
Smiley goes in.
Smiley in.
Panda goes in.
Let's go for a range. Let's see where they come out compared to SD here. As most of these guys jump into the pits.
Hosh, Airman, Panda.
Smiley comes out way ahead of SD. Maybe just had to not fuel the car as much as SD there.
Filthy and Alco stayed out. Smiley stayed out.
Yeah.
Dad's still out.
Maybe try and go for an overcut. Maybe that's what we'll try to do. As SD looks down, he's went for it. He's went for the move on Filthy. He needs to get this done quickly. And now he's probably set his eyes on Alacost.
He has. I think Alcos goes in this lap or next lap.
That's true. I think it just SD had a little wobble coming out that corner. It's a weird thing. Panda back on mediums. So Smiley went to softs now. So he'll be on. I would imagine he would have to come in and pit again and go in the mediums.
Yeah.
As we
medium.
It'll be medium soft, maybe another. If he can get, sees how long we can get these softs last. He could probably pit once more if he's lucky. There is also the hards.
There is the hards, if you'd like to go that route.
Well, I would imagine some of the cars that punish their tyres a little bit more would go a hard set, but they're just too slow at that point, wouldn't it be? As we see
Chucky, Lucky, Dad, all in the pits.
Unless you see how much Smiley jumps these guys by. Brand new softs, as SD gets past Alacos, we've just missed that. And he gets past him easily.
Alcos knows those tires are way newer than his.
But also, look how much SD was just that undercut is in front of Chunky.
Oh yeah.
But SD will be struggling. He'll be struggling when it comes to the end of this race with being on the, let's just say, not the best tiles at that point. Just what I also see with Glossboss as well, coming out in front of Wrench as well.
Ooh, just barely.
Now, just want to have a look around. Why is Chunky was roughly about a couple seconds behind Wrench, right?
I believe so.
So
Yeah.
Chunky's jumped range in the pits.
Maybe he didn't get fuel.
Or maybe did range overfuel the car. It could also be it. But would you see these these two sticking out a little bit longer? Maybe wanting fresher tyres in this race.
Azrael and Alcos have both not pit
And
as
Filthy's
well.
not paid either.
I don't think Haj has pit, has he?
He jumped into the pit with air.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So we see Dad on the softs, so maybe just mirroring the other Mercedes, but still a long way it goes. We're just coming up to the half distance. We are on.
Still has not pit.
Yeah. He likes to
18-second lead.
I'll close into the pits. That time's going to be. He'll be bleeding time to Smiley though. He's on softs.
Azrael
Azrael.
and Alcos both in.
So we can see this clouds. You can see the clouds, like how gloomy it is over the track. And yet,
Yes.
it's not going to rain. The drivers know this. It's not going to rain here. Sometimes you
It's
wish
just
it could.
misty.
Filthy going another lap over Alicos, dragging these mediums. They look battered and bruised, but he's dragging them long.
Doing them justice. Azrael with a 3-second pit for the cutting the line. The penalty for cutting the line.
That's something you don't want. Now, I'm not very crazy in thinking that is he going to try and extend these long enough so he can go into softs and stay on softs till the end?
Don't think you're crazy in thinking that.
Just thinking what Filthy usually does. He does like the weirdest strategies. Oh, is a bit of smoke coming there. Did they touch each other? I would imagine, because I think Chunky's just slowing down a bit. So, yeah. This is getting spicy. He's basically out of sync with everyone else if he goes for this. He's got to battle everyone on their second stops. If he sticks with this, looks to be a one-stopper. But
one stop. It's doable.
It is
but
doable.
It's hard.
But just look at the time he's bleeding. The lap times. No, as he peels into the pits. So he might not be doing a one-stop.
Boosted though, he may be doing a one-stop.
He's still on these tyres.
He's still on them. He's got a 16-second
Advantage.
16-second advantage. He hasn't lost a second because, I mean, his time. Yeah, he's lost about a second.
You can just see here as well with the big gaps that are formed between the top three. Makes you wonder what these boys are thinking of right now.
Smiley over here. Has he pit? I'm not sure.
Yes, Smiley has.
Yeah, okay.
He went on straight onto softs after his medium. Which is weird. A lot of these boys, it's mandatory tyres, so you will have to use the softs.
Yeah, you have to use mediums and softs.
But I'm a bit surprised that some of them like to use them in the middle stint.
Yeah, that is odd to me.
I've definitely wondered why that, and it's just to do with the fuel, they say, I think. Just so they don't have to refuel, they can just go on that sauce, push that, and then just fuel for the last laps they need.
Yeah, I see that. Burn the softs with your fuel.
Yeah. Now, if Boost pits now, where do you think he comes out at?
If Boost goes into pit, I think he comes out 4th or 5th.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Maybe 6th.
That's 10 laps on those mediums, I think, for SD, if I remember correctly. Just looking under halfway, which is not bad. But you just gotta worry about the cars that are behind them all on the fresh mediums. But yeah, this will definitely come to a conclusion at the end of the race to see what was better. But
Whose strategy?
who? As we see Smiley picking up the fastest lap of the race. Really try to push the car to kind of catch boosted or just to create a gap. Which is interesting, but his tyres are a bit cooked, I would say.
Panda's catching gloss balls. Alcoast is catching airmen. They've got a little battle going on.
And Alco's on the softs as well. Compared to me. And has fallen way back. He was battling them before the pits. So I wonder what happened. Let's go back to these guys fighting. I would be imagining with the softs he'll have that extra grip. Just extra power to try and get past him. But this is a good recovery from him for spinning out on the first lap with an 11 seconds gap to claw himself.
Back up.
They nearly find himself in the top 10 right now. It's not bad.
Panda past gloss balls. Dadley's you're about to pass gloss balls.
Maybe just Gloss struggling with those tyres right now.
Yeah.
It's the USA versus Canada, and let's see who wins this battle. I would imagine. I imagine Gloss didn't want to fight that too hard.
No, his tires are definitely way more worn, and he knows it.
Yeah. Maybe thinking I should probably stop fighting. Just keep going around, and then I'll get them back with the undercut.
Exactly, later.
And see Panda's back in no man's land again.
He is.
He really likes to throw that back end of that Ferrari about, which I've noticed. Try and get the corners.
Wide. Uses his momentum.
His SD's now coming into the clutches of Chunky, which shows you his different strategy. Now, yes, it has worked, but he's got to try and make sure he holds on to it here. See it to the end.
Those tires are getting to him. He'll get there.
I'm definitely interested to ask the two boys that started on the softs if they meant to go on softs or if they forgot to change the tire.
Coming in, 12 laps remaining.
12 laps.
After this one here.
And
Chunky
Boosted
really pulling it.
And Boosted still out. He's not pitted yet, as we see SD jumping into the pits. Look at those tyres as well. For Boosted, he's done nearly like 20 laps.
He's done 20 laps. That man is pushing them.
He has pushed these tyres, and the gap is coming down. It was 20, but it's only
20.
It's only came down 10. There's still a 10-second gap. But also Smiley will be having to come in soon as well. He's not got enough. He's not got the fuel, and his tyres are not looking that good. Definitely better, but
they're both almost struggling for fuel at this point.
But just
Boosted has really done well with that fuel, though, man.
Yeah. He must have been. He must have thought that everyone else is going to pit. I could just sit here and fuel save, and he's probably done a little bit of that. The best part is he'll be on softs at the end.
I say he's probably going for that one stop.
He just went for the one stop. The one person that we should have expected to do the crazy strategy does it.
Yeah. What we got going on back here anywhere? Let's look around. Alcos and Airmen both moving up. Airmen in the 8th, Alcos in 9th.
I'm just checking where SD jumps out of. Just
12.
behind Filthy. Boss is a bit further back than he would have liked either. But these tires will be going to the end. I would imagine that's the last stop for Boss and SD.
Yeah, they put the mediums on. That's what.
We'll just nip back over to Filthy looking for a move against Haz here. Which this is a difficult track to get an overtake done, or just to try and stick the overtake, so...
Alcos overtook Airmen on the final curve there.
Oh.
They're battling down the straight. Into turn 1.
Turn 1. This fight's been going for a while, hasn't it?
It has.
I think Alico's just got it done. Hold on to it now, as Filthy gets past Haz. But now SD's joined that fight.
They've got a monster on their tail.
Just with the fresher tyres, he'll have more grip, more acceleration in the corners, I would imagine.
Exactly. And Azrael doing his best back there behind him a little bit.
Yeah. As I think SD looks down the inside here, backs off a little. He'll probably
thought about it.
He'll have to get past these cars. He'll be sitting there hoping that they make just a small mistake that he can capitalise on. But this track's just, there's not that many perfect opportunities to overtake here. But you know, that's just how most tracks are. You need to find the overtake. As we see Haz when he's putting on his lights.
Hitting them.
As SD goes down the inside, I think Haz made that a bit easy for him.
Smiley in the pits.
On 0 fuel. He's done that to perfection with the fuel. I'll give him that.
Great job.
Let's see where he comes out to, because he's got to fuel up his car a lot more than the other boys will have to. Looking at it here at Alicos, just hitting. I feel like ever since he got back into this race, Alicos, he's always just been sitting beside air, no matter where they are.
Azrael with the fastest lap.
Azrael
with a 1:54.8.
He done it a while ago with those softs.
I didn't notice that.
No, I didn't even notice that there. He done it at lap 18. I'm trying to think what we're doing lap 18.
Watching somebody.
Well, we're definitely watching someone. But yeah, watching SD needs to try and get past Filthy as well on this lap.
Boosted's brought his gap back up to 15 seconds.
Yeah, he would have, because Smiley just paid for his last stint.
Gotcha. Chunky with a 2-second gap on Lucky. Lucky with a 3-second gap on Honden. Honden with a 5-second gap on Panda. Panda with a...
Looking at his tyres, man. He's kept him going and going. I would imagine he would come into the pits now.
Oh, those tires are toast. The fuel is almost done. He's coming to the end of this run. He's got 10 laps on the softs to finish.
10 laps. That is outrageous, I would say.
He's coming in.
He's in. And Chunky will take the lead of this race, but I'm pretty sure he'll have to come in and put the softs on as well.
I believe everybody has one more pit.
There is a couple people that won't have one more, but Boosted will be one of them.
Two. Yeah.
Smiley will also have SD, and I'm pretty sure Glossbus.
Yep.
But as I just flick back onto SD, he has another second penalty.
Oof.
But he looks down the inside, looking like he's going to make the move on Filthy anyway. And try just push past him, build the gap back up, and then hunt down Air and Alakos.
Smiley came out in front of Alclos and Airman with better tires, and he is definitely pulling a small gap on him.
Yep.
Already.
But now the guy who was catching in his second stint on the softs is 2 positions ahead of him.
Boosted is pushing it, catching Panda with a vengeance right now. Watch out, Panda, you are in danger.
Now the thing is, with Wrench, do you know I was talking about he overfueled his car?
Yeah.
Is he done that on purpose so he doesn't have to fuel for the last lap? Or the last pits?
That would be a heck of a strategy, wouldn't it?
Looking at his tyre, he's got half a tank left. And looking at Chunky's under 3/4 of his tank. So, looks to me, I would imagine these guys will be coming in the pits soon. With less fuel, you could probably get a little bit more out of your tyres. And it's a bit cooler, so maybe.
Interesting way to... We're going to see in the end here, it's going to be fun.
They will be
These
fun.
last few laps are going to be interesting.
As we
It's
see
all
Boosted.
coming down to strategy.
Boosted sending it down the inside to Panda. I don't think Panda's fighting too much about that one. As we see
Dan and Alcos in.
And now Alcos in. Yep. Both on the softs. Making that pit stop with the undercut. See, SD trying again to get past Filthy. He's not got a second penalty this time, so if he gets past, he makes it stick now. And I think that's been the story. Every time he's got past some cars, he's always had a penalty. They just put him right behind them.
He gets that move, and then he has to pay the price.
Again, yeah. Maybe he just felt that bored. He just wanted to do it twice.
He was like, you know what? Double challenge today, please.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like.
That is crazy.
He's doing it though. Look at him go.
Just looking at the gap between Boosted and Smiley. It's just staying at 10 seconds. Now just watching Boosted. He'll be attacking. I don't think he'll need to attack. He could just sit around and just drive around quietly.
He's going to ride it out. He's catching Honda slowly too. He had a 5-second gap at first. He's got it to a 4.1.
And he's improving on his times.
Yeah.
Maybe try to go for the fastest lap.
He's on them sauce.
He's on them sauce, yeah. It's true.
I'm sure he knows he can. It's if it's worth it to him to risk the tire wear.
Yeah. I would imagine
he
he's
might get it right here.
No, only a 10. A 10 off. As you see, Panda comes into the pits.
Smart move.
I know SD's got that. He's got a gap now. He's got to try and not use these mediums up. He knows there's other cars that still need to pit that will come out near him. They will hunt him down. Did Dad went on to another pair of softs?
Did he? Man, that's a bold move.
Medium soft sauce as Panda comes straight back out in the pit on his softs. Now, yeah, I would be a bit worried if I was SD, but knowing how quickly the softs can burn sometimes, he just needs to hold them off long enough.
Stay his line, run his race just long enough to where those tires stop giving him the advantage.
Yeah, that's true.
Boosted catching Honda so fast.
I just heard a purple sector for Boosted.
Yeah.
He is pushing this car around this track. Last time I checked, he was about 3 seconds. Now he's got it under 1 second.
Yeah, he is really moving.
Hopefully these boys know they need to come and make a pit stop now. They have to go on the softs. I think London will definitely come in. I think Chunky will go in this lap as well, and I think Wrench will go in. I think they'll all go free at the same time. Maybe not. Chunky goes on another lap, so does Wrench. Honden dives into the pits, so he's pulled the trigger. But that looked like to be a penalty there. I think he was just over the white line there.
I'll pay for that in a minute, but
I'm not 100% sure. I thought I seen him go over it, but you never know.
we'll see here.
So we go back on the STs. He's getting chased down by Dad Lesher and Panda with those softs. As Air jumps also into the pits. He won't have that dirty air from Air, so we count his lucky stars for that. Let's see where Honda comes out. Behind SD.
Right behind him.
Into the path of Dad Leisure. And he wasn't, I don't even remember the gap. He was not that far off from Range or Chunky, was he?
No, he really was. I think it was about 3 or 4 seconds. And Boosted is now only 4.5 behind Lucky.
That was crazy. I'm pretty sure what SC needs to do with these guys behind him on the freshness office, make that car as big as you can for every corner.
Use all the track you can to your advantage.
It's a big mark for a reason. It's pretty big. But these guys will definitely come running at you.
SD got himself a second penalty.
Oh, that's not what he needs. That's the real question. Will he serve it this lap or serve it the next? Oh. I think if it was him, I would rather serve it this lap while I've got that second over them. That might mean he has to push or hold these guys behind him start fighting, but they're not close enough to fight. But I think that's the story of his race so far. As you can see the difference between Wrench and Chunky's fuel. He's on 5, the other's on 33.
Woo!
So Wrench might just come in, change tyres and go straight back out. He does.
He does.
Which means he gets in front of Smiley.
You called it earlier. You said that's why he did it.
I had a feeling he overfueled that car, but it's just proven that it's paid off so much for him on that final stop. As we turn back to see SD defending against Honden. Really just wishing he didn't have that penalty, but he would never let them. I don't imagine he'll let them go easily at all. As Honden goes down the insides, SD using that whole runoff area to his advantage to see if he can get the overspeed, but it doesn't work out. As SD has a look down the inside, gives up on it. Oh, he just had a slip at the going up the hill, and it's really affected his run out. All the soft boys got out. And now, this is going to be a street fight. I would imagine Dad and Honda will fight this. But just
look at it go.
It's just amazing. These guys will keep fighting.
1, 2, 3, 4, single file.
Single file
5th,
line.
6th, 7th. 5th, 6th, 7th, and then done. Pulling up an 8th on them.
Just the tyres coming back. I think the tyre choice for SD just maybe coming back to bite him, I would imagine. But what a planned stop from Wrench as well to overfuel his car, put a lot more fuel on those mediums, and I would say it would be a little bit worse for wear at the end of the mediums, but just for how quickly you don't need to fuel that car. That is
Oh,
brilliant from him.
Alco's with the fastest lap last on lap
Lago's
26.
air with the fastest.
Airman.
This is what I mean when you get onto the softs late at night, no fuel in the car. You just guess they'll just stop pumping out lap times like that, and it will not be fun for the people that have started on the softs when it comes to the end of this race. Honda's building a gap to Dad Leisure as Panda's sitting in a single file line. These three. Definitely like to see how these guys end. It's the real thing.
3-1, like it. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. I mean, 5th, 6th, 7th. They're really close.
They're really close. You can just see there's always a group of cars that are so close to each other. Yeah. Anywhere on this track.
Chunky is trying his best to catch Smiley too.
He will be. That's the thing. He went on the softs earlier, and he'll pay for them now. And he's also had to put a lot more fuel than the other boys into the car. He ran the fuel to 0, so it's the fact that Chunky's got to get him and then overtake him. I'm sure Smiley won't make it that easy.
We got Azriel back there running his race.
Oh.
Gloss Boss in 13th running his race. Filthy. And then Hodge. They're kind of battling a little bit. Filthy's doing his best to catch him.
Which is interesting as Chunky's bringing that gap down so quickly. The start of this lap, it was definitely 1 second. It was over 1.2 second gap.
Yeah, yep, something like that.
It's only down to half a second now.
And through the S's, he's taking it even closer. Oh yeah, he pulled a purple there on it.
A purple sector there. Just showing maybe it wasn't the best idea to use that soft in the middle sector, or even at the start. Just shows you how much quicker the track gets at the end of this race.
Fighting for that bronze.
Fighting for that bronze. Doesn't set a purple sector there, but still rapid. As Wrench sets the fastest lap of the race.
54.2.
Which is damn quick.
That's fast. Only if that might be pretty close to his qualifying time.
Pretty sure it might be as well. This Chunky's gonna have a look. He'll have a look at Smiley here. And I imagine this battle will go all the way. Oh, as these guys will fight.
Man, give him the flashes.
Oh, he's flashing. Azriel, look away now. He's flashing.
Oh man, they are really battling here. Smiley is doing everything he can.
And Chunky knows. He knows he'll have that pace to go and get him. And this will be very tight. This will probably run till the end of this race.
Through these S's right here, watch Chunky make a move.
Oh, Chunky looks to the inside.
Here he goes.
He throws it there. Can they both try and go through side by side?
Too wide.
Oh,
they touch.
They touched. Chunky nearly spinning around the car, but he's kept it in the right way.
Oh, there. He made the pass. No penalties.
No, but he's still got to hold on to it now.
Oh man, trying to catch that slipstream.
Chunky will try and hold this inside line. They both move over to the racing line. I think Smiley takes a more of a deeper line to try and get the power out of that And he's gonna come back at him soon.
Hit him with flash himself.
So these guys will not give up for this position, for this last podium.
They are gonna fight these last two.
Oh.
These last 2 laps. Oh, Chunky with a nice turn there. He got him. Come on.
Smiley just went a bit deep into that turn, and he's lost all the time. But what about a battle in between the S's, then down into the hairpin, which was really great to see. But as you can also see Honden in the background, who is gaining. He is gaining, but I don't think he'll gain enough.
I don't think he's gonna get it.
So we see Dad Leisure having Panda right behind him as well.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good battle to the end as well.
That'll be a great battle.
Ooh, Panda trying to take it a little bit on the inside there.
But you can just see the difference of the tires. We're really holding on to each other though. They were also in the junior category as well, these two drivers, so they've raced the full season against each other, so they'll know what each other's like. And the same cars as well from last season.
Dad's still keeping it fast.
Using different lines. He's just holding on. This is very tight. I mean, one mistake and you know the other will capitalise on that mistake. But the advantage is in Dad's court. He is in front right now. If he does not do any silly mistakes, and I imagine he'd be told the position, but you never know. As I think
got real wide on that turn, that last corner there.
I think Boosted just going on to start the final lap with range. Not that far behind, I would say.
Wrench only 4 seconds behind.
Panda's getting close. He's got close to Dad there. Dad went a bit wide. I think they're side by side. They'll be side by side into the first corner of the last lap. Keep it clean now, guys.
Panda taking the pass.
If Panda gets in ahead, and Dad will definitely be keeping on the back of him, try to make that move back on him.
What a move.
He will not give up on this. I wouldn't imagine he would give up on it.
Definitely not. He's going to do his best.
Throwing it down here, but he'll be running out of time to try and get close to him. Knowing that Ferrari is so good out of acceleration zones, he'll be hoping the straights. He'll be hoping the straights get longer and longer.
Please stretch it just a little bit more.
But here, I imagine you'll have a run on them. This will be close into the hairpin, but we may have to leave that. We might have to leave this battle a little bit earlier than I wanted to, but that goes around. He goes wide. He tries to get there. He's going to use that as a big run up against Panda here. But we're going to have to. I'll have to cut off from it to show Boosted coming into the lights corner. He's driven well. He's made that one stop work to perfection. There's nothing more you can say. Wow, what a good race win from Boosted. And Reg as well, what a great second. He surprised me with his fuel, but he's done really well. As we see Chunky going onto the podium. Great drive from him as well. As Smiley crosses the line in 4th. We've got Honden in 5th. As we get back to these two fighting, I think it's just the end. I think Panda's just nipped him. And Dad's in 7th. But what a good battle at the end. SD going for the overdog strategy. Not making it work out. Alacosta in 9th. Aaron 10th. But these two are battling in the last corner as well.
Oh, filthy
Oh
coming.
my god.
Ooh.
Oh, who's gonna get it?
Whoa.
Oh, and Aztecs
Hush got him.
11th, Filthy 12th. As we got Gloss Boss in 13th, driving against the wall, and in 14th is Azrael
Sliding across the line
sliding
sideways.
across. But what a win for this man, the only one to do the one stop, and he made it pay off in the end. So
He pushed it. He definitely deserved it.
so we'll have a look at that again. The top three are all British drivers, as Apex mentioned in the chat.
It was a great race.
It was great. That was honestly some of the great racing we've seen, and I would say a brilliant recovery drive from Malacoste for being 14th to get back up to 9th. It was a good impression.
What a finish.
What a finish. So yeah, that has been the race. Any thoughts about that race?
All I can say was that was super entertaining. Super glad I got to commentate it with y'all, and hope it was good for y'all as it was for me. Sad to see my teammate Azrael struggle in that Subaru, but he'll get there with it. And then Alco's making the recovery. That was awesome. Boosted with an amazing race. He just dominated the whole time. Wrench with such a cool strategy. What a job to do that fuel strat. That was awesome. So
that was very good as well. It's also boosted the only one to do the one stop.
Yeah. And then all those battles were so good to watch.
Yep. So that'll be it. We will be. I'm actually not sure we're racing. Oh, we're at Fuji. Next week we'll be at Fuji.
Yep.
And the rain
All
as
right.
well in Fuji, which
should be fun.
Which is gonna be fun. All right, that'll be it. Let's get ready for our race, I would say.
Yes, sir. I'll see y'all there.
We'll
Come
see
watch
you
us
later.
there. Later.